This it is important question. It's one of the important question. They are saying that consider the following recurrent C function. This is a C function. Okay. So they are asking if gate gate is a function. Gate 6 function is being called in main. From main it is called is being called in main. Then how many times will gate function be invoked before returning to main? So how many times it is going to be called? On what if I will call, see how to see if gate 1, then what is then gate 2, then gate 3, how many function call it is there. Now see, now I'm going to now see continue. It's saying that consider the following C function. This is our C function. They are asking if gate 6 on gate 6 function is called in main, then how many times gate function be invoked before returning to main. So before returning to main, how many gate 6 are going to be called. Now see, let us assume for gate n we are calling how many times, n number of times. Okay, if the input is n, then we are calling for n number of times. Okay, and then it will be, so this is the notation I am representing. So gate is going to be called when the input is n and the input is n. Now when it is n minus 1, then it is going to be called n on n minus 1. So this is saying that gate on size n, the number of times this function is called is n when the input is n. So when gate size is n minus 1, then n minus 1. When it is n minus 3, then number of times it is going to be called is n minus 3. So what is going to be the recurrence relation for this? If the number of times this gate function is called is this, which is equal to plus 1 for this gate has called only gate, this gate is going to be called, that's why you entered here. Then if it is n is, if n is, tell me, greater than, it is smaller. So if n is smaller than return. Okay, so if n is smaller than 1, then only once the function is going to be called. Okay, only once. And if is n is greater than 1, if n is greater than 1, then this condition will false. Then again this recurrence call is going to be happen get n minus 1. So it will be n minus 1 plus n plus. So this is the recurrence relation we got by this function. Understood the recurrence relation? Here the recurrence relation is saying that number of times the function is called. So here I am representing that gate this function is called how many times, that number of times that we do using the notation n, capital N. On size n it is n, on size n minus 1 it is n minus 1, on size n minus 3 then it will be n minus 3. Understood? Please let me know. Please let me know whether that recurrence relation is clear or not. Please let me know whether that recurrence relation is clear or not. Clear? So now we will start doing for n1. So when the size is 1, okay, when the size is 1, so 1 is smaller than equal to 1? No. 1 is smaller than equal to 1? No. So it is going to be here greater than equal to 1 for greater than equal to 1. Okay, because it's smaller than 1. So for greater than equal to 1, then n is going to your n minus 1 is your here. Tell me, is going to your 0. Then here it is going to your minus 2. So for this, it is smaller than 1, then 1 plus 1 plus 1. So for n1, gate function is going to be called 3 times. 3 times. Understood? Bhaskar is saying 2. It should be 3 because this is also, this is one function, then this is one function, then this, see, gate 1. So this is once I have done condition satisfied, the condition false, then it will go gate 0. On gate 0 it will go. Asker, is it clear? On gate 0 it will go. Then after returning to gate 0, it will come to again gate 1. Then again gate 1 will call gate minus 2. Again it will come return to gate 1. Am I clear, Bhaskar? Again it will come to gate 1, then it will return to main. So when gate 1 is going to call, you are going to call 3 times on if gate function is called. So n1 is going to be 3. Now we will continue like this. N1 we got as 3. Now for N1 2 we will find N1 2. N1 2 is going to your 1 plus minus 1 N1, then minus 1, because 2 minus 3 is going to be minus 1 and 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. It's going to be 1 plus N1 is your 3 and minus 1 is going to be your 1 because it's smaller than 1. You are going to get 5. So for N2 you are going to get 5. Understood? Now similarly we will go for N1 we got 3, N2 we got how much? 5. Now we will go for N3. N3 is going to be 1 plus N2 plus N2 then minus 3 N0. So 1 plus N2 is your 5 going to 1, that is 7. Now similarly we will go for N4. N4 is going to be 1 plus N3 then N1. So 1 plus N3 is going to be 7. N1 is your 3. You are going to get 11. Now we will go for N5. N5 is going to 1 plus N4 then N2, because here subtraction is minus 1, here minus 2. So 1 plus N4 is your 11, N2 is your 5. So it is going to your, see, 12 plus 5 17. You can verify your answer. Now N6, they have asked N6. So now we got N6, 1 plus N5 plus 2 N4. See, by seeing the question, it looks difficult, but while solving, when we start solving now, I think that it is now looking easy. 1 plus N5 is your 17, N4 is your 11. So it should be minus 3, na? It should be 3. 3. Then A3 is your 7. Okay. So 17 plus 8 is going to be 25. We got 25. Understood?